Nobody told you the truth about money. Not your parents, not your teachers, not your boss. They weren't trying to hurt you. They just repeated what they were told. And what were they told? Work hard. Get a good job. Save what's left. That's the formula. Right. Here's the problem. That formula was built for a different world. And if you're watching this right now feeling like something's off, like you're doing everything right and still running in place, you're not crazy. You're just playing by the wrong rules. And in the next 20 minutes, I'm going to show you exactly what those rules are and what to do about it. Starting today, with whatever you have right now. If this is your first time here, hit subscribe. I talk about money the way your rich friend would. No fluff, no hype, no cautious to sell you, just what actually works. Alright, let's get into it. You're 25, maybe 30. You got a raise last year. You're making more than you ever have in your life. And somehow, you still check your bank account on a Thursday and feel that little knot in your stomach. Where did it go? You're not blowing it on crazy things. You're not irresponsible. You pay your bills. You show up to work. You do what you're supposed to do. But at the end of the month, there's nothing left. Again, here's what's actually happening. Every time your income goes up, your lifestyle goes up with it. Better apartment, better car, better restaurants, better everything. It feels like progress. It looks like progress, but your bank account tells a different story. This is called lifestyle creep, and it's the reason people who make $60, $70, even $100,000 a year still feel broke at the end of every month. Still feel like they're behind. Still feel like they're missing something. You're on a treadmill. You run faster. The belt speeds up. You never actually get anywhere. And the worst part, nobody around you is talking about it. Everyone looks fine on the outside. Everyone seems like they've got it together. So you assume you're the problem. You assume you're just bad with money. You assume it'll get better when you make a little more. It won't. Not automatically. Not without changing the thing underneath. Because the problem was never your income. The problem is that nobody taught you what to do with it. There's a difference between making money and building wealth. And until someone explains that difference clearly, you'll keep running, keep grinding, keep wondering why it never feels like enough. So let me be that person today. Let me show you the difference. And let me show you exactly how to start crossing over from one side to the other. Here's the thing. Nobody teaches you in school. There are two kinds of income. The first kind is active income. That's the money you get paid for your time. You show up, you work, you get a check. You stop working, the money stops coming. Simple, clean, and completely limited by the number of hours in your day. The second kind is passive income. That's money that comes in whether you're working or not. Whether you're sleeping, on vacation, at the gym, sitting on your couch on a Sunday afternoon, doing absolutely nothing. Now here's where it gets real. Rich people don't just earn more active income than everyone else. That's not the secret. The secret is that they take their active income and convert it into things that generate passive income. Assets, things that work for them while they sleep. That's the game. That's the whole game. And most people never find out because school spent 12 years teaching you how to be a great employee, not how to think like an owner. Think about it like this. Every dollar you earn is a tiny worker, and every single day, you decide what happens to that worker. Does it go to sleep, spend on something that's gone by tomorrow? Or does it go to work, put somewhere that it can grow and come back with friends? Your money is either working or sleeping every day, whether you're paying attention or not. And right now, if you're like most people, almost all of your dollars are going to sleep every night. Here's a number I want you to sit with. The average American spends about 90 cents of every dollar they earn. 90 cents! That leaves a dime, and most of that dime sits in a checking account, earning basically zero interest, while inflation quietly eats away at it every single year. Meanwhile, a low-cost index fund tracking the broad U.S. market has returned an average of around 10% per year over the last several decades. 10% per year. per year. On money you didn't have to do a single extra hour of work to earn. That's not a get-rich-quick scheme. That's not hype. That's math. Boring, patient, life-changing math. And the people who figured this out early, they're not smarter than you. They're not luckier than you. They didn't have some secret connection. They just learned this one thing sooner than you did. So the shift I want you to make starting today is this. Stop thinking about your paycheck as money to spend. Start thinking about it as fuel. Fuel to buy assets. Fuel to build something that works for you while you sleep. Fuel to eventually, not tomorrow, but eventually get off that treadmill for good. Right now, you're trading your time for money. The goal is to flip that equation. To get your money, trading its time for you. And in the next section, I'm going to show you exactly how to start doing that. 4 moves. Concrete. Practical. No finance degree required. 4 moves. You can start this week. Let's go. Move number 1. The leaky bucket fix. Imagine you're trying to fill a bucket with water, but the bucket has holes in the bottom. You keep pouring and pouring and nothing fills up. You work harder, you pour faster, and still nothing. That's your finances right now for most people watching this. Before you invest a single dollar, before you do anything else, you need to find the holes. Pull up your last 3 months of bank statements. Not to judge yourself, just to see clearly. Most people find 2 or 3 subscriptions they completely forgot about. A streaming service they haven't opened in months. A gym membership from 2 years ago. An app they downloaded once and never used again. Those little leaks add up to $50, $100, sometimes $200 every single month. Money leaving your accounts automatically while you sleep. Going absolutely nowhere. Cancel them. Today. Not tomorrow. Not this weekend. Today. That's not about being cheap. That's about stopping the bleeding so you actually have something to work with going forward. Your action right now. Open your bank app and find 1 subscription you can cancel before this video ends. Just 1. Start there. Move number 2. The floor. Before you invest, before anything else, you need a floor. A floor is a small emergency fund, not a full 6-month cushion that comes later. Right now, I'm talking about $1,000 sitting in a high-yield savings account. Separate from your checking, out of sight, out of mind. Why does this matter so much? Because without a floor, every unexpected expense, a car repair, a medical bill, anything sends you straight to a credit card, and credit card debt at 20 to 25% interest will completely erase any investment gains you make. Every single time. It's a hole that's almost impossible to climb out of while it's open. The floor breaks that cycle. $1,000. High-yield savings account. Set it up at a different bank than where you do your daily spending so you're not tempted to dip into it. Your action, open a high-yield savings account. If you don't have one, it takes about 10 minutes online. Then set up an automatic transfer of even $25 a week until you hit that first $1,000. $25 a week! That's your floor. Move number 3. The first worker. Now we're getting somewhere. Once your leaks are plugged and your floor is in place, it's time to put your first dollar worker on the job. In the US, the most accessible starting point for most people is a Roth IRA. It's a retirement account where your money grows completely tax-free. You put in money you've already paid taxes on. And when you withdraw in retirement, you pay 0 taxes on all the gains you made. 0. The government doesn't touch it. Inside that Roth IRA, you put your money into a low-cost index fund, something that tracks the broad market. You don't need to pick individual stocks. You don't need to watch charts every day. You just contribute consistently and let time do what time does. The annual contribution limit is $7,000. That's about $580 a month. But here's what most people miss. You don't have to max it out to start. You can begin with $50 a month. $25. Whatever you genuinely have available after fixing the leaks and building the floor. The point is not the amount. The point is starting. Because the clock on compound growth only starts ticking the moment you put money in. And every month you wait is a month you never get back. Your action. If you don't have a Roth IRA, look up how to open one through a low-cost brokerage today. The whole process takes less than 30 minutes. Then set up a small recurring monthly contribution. Whatever amount you can do right now without stressing about it. Small and consistent will always beat large and occasional. Always move number 4. The long game mindset. This last one isn't an account or a number. It's a switch you have to flip in your head, and it might be the most important one on this list. Most people check their investments the way they check social media. Constantly. And the moment they see a red number, they panic. They pull out, they lock in the loss, and then they tell everyone the market is too risky and walk away forever. That's not investing. That's just expensive anxiety. Real wealth building is boring. It's putting money in every month and leaving it alone. It's watching the market drop 20% and doing absolutely nothing. It's trusting that over long periods of time, the direction has always been up, even when the short term feels terrifying. The people who build real wealth in the market didn't do it by being smarter or faster or better connected than everyone else. They did it by being patient when everyone else panicked. That's the edge. Patience is the edge. Your action. Decide right now that you are a long-term investor. Write it down if you need to. Your money goes in and it stays in. Market goes down, you buy more. Market goes up, great. Either way, you don't touch it. That one mindset shift puts you ahead of the majority of people who ever try to invest. If this is landing for you, drop a comment right now and type, "I'm starting today." I read every single one. And if you've got someone in your life who needs to hear this, send them this video. Seriously, this is the kind of thing that changes the direction of someone's life when they see it at the right moment. Now, I know what some of you are thinking right now. I can hear it already. Let me address it directly. First one, I don't have enough money to invest. I hear this constantly, and I understand it completely. When you're covering rent and groceries and bills, putting money away feels impossible. It feels irresponsible even to think about. But here's what I want you to understand. The problem almost never is the income. It's the order. Most people spend first and try to save what's left, and there's never anything left. That's not bad luck. That's just how human psychology works. We expand to fill whatever is available to us. The fix is to flip the order. Pay yourself first. Automate a transfer the same day your paycheck hits, so the money moves before you ever see it. Even if it's $20. $20 a month invested consistently from age 20 in a fund, returning 10% annually, grows to over $150,000 by retirement. $150,000 from $20 a month. The amount matters far less than the habit. Build the habit first. The amount grows naturally over time. Second one, the stock market is too risky. The fear is real. I'm not going to dismiss it. Yes, markets go down. Sometimes significantly, crashes happen. Drops happen. That's part of the deal, and anyone who tells you otherwise is lying to you. But here's what people consistently forget. Every single time the market has crashed in history, every single time it has recovered and then gone higher than it was before. Every time, without exception. The people who lost money permanently in those crashes were not the ones who stayed in. They were the ones who panicked at the bottom and sold. And here's the other side of this that nobody talks about. Not investing isn't actually the safe choice. It just feels safe. Inflation runs at roughly 3% per year. Money sitting in a regular checking account earning nothing loses purchasing power every single year. Guaranteed. That's a silent, invisible, certain loss happening whether you pay attention to it or not. The market has risk. Doing nothing has a different kind of risk. You're choosing between two types of risk. Either way, choose the one that has historically worked. Third one, I'll start when I'm more stable. This one right here is the most expensive sentence in personal finance. I'll start when I pay off this debt, when I get the promotion, when the kids are a little older, when life calms down a bit. Life doesn't calm down. There is always a reason to wait. Always. And every single month you wait is a month of compound growth you can never get back. That time is permanently gone. Research shows that someone who starts investing at 25 and stops completely at 35, contributing for just 10 years, ends up with more money at retirement than someone who starts at 35 and invests every single year without stopping until they retire. 10 years of early investing beats 30 years of late investing. That's how powerful time is in this equation. The best time to start was years ago. The second best time is today. So let's bring this all the way home. Working hard is not the problem. Hard work is good. It matters. Don't let anyone tell you it doesn't. But hard work alone will never build wealth, because there are only so many hours in a day, and you can only sell so many of those hours before you run out completely. The people who actually build wealth don't just work harder than everyone else. They build systems. They plug the leaks. They create the floor. They put their money to work. And then they stay patient while everyone else makes emotional decisions. That's it. That's the whole thing. It's not complicated. It's not reserved for people who were born into money or went to the right school or had the right connections. It's just information. Information that, for whatever reason, I genuinely think are worth being angry about. Most people never get until it's already cost them years. And that's what gets me every time I make a video like this. Because this information exists. It's been out there. But nobody sat you down at 17 and said, hey, here's how money actually works. Here's the difference between earning and building. Here's how to make sure you're not still on that treadmill at 45, wondering where the last 20 years went. So if something clicked today, if even one thing shifted, do something with it. Don't let this be another video you watched and forgot about by tomorrow. Take one action today. Cancel one subscription. Open one account. Move $1 to somewhere it can work for you. Just one thing. Today. And if this was worth your time, hit the like button. It genuinely helps more people find this content who need it. Subscribe if you're not already here. And drop a comment below telling me which move you're starting with. I read every single one and I respond when I can. The video on the screen right now. Watch that next. It builds directly on everything we just went through. And it's going to take this whole conversation one level deeper. Let's get to work.